This is absolutely criminal.
Hey everybody, welcome to Absolutely Criminal and happy Friday. I'm Andrew Martin and this is Tiffie Lou.
Oh my gosh, the new start just startled the crap out of me.
Yeah, I don't think you were ready for that.
I wasn't. That was
kinda,
like, what's that noise? Oh my
whoop,
gosh.
And then right into it because, it's hard for people to fast forward to 3 minutes on the...
It is. It's a real challenge. And, we were asking a lot. We were.
Yeah, so that's all fixed now. We're all better. Hello, everybody.
Maybe we should do another apology video about the 3-minute request.
Well, no, you weren't sincere enough about your last one.
Yeah. Okay. I need to work on that.
Want to say hello to this is our last broadcast of the year, and hello to Crime Curious. She was here earlier. Leo Gen X, Lisa, Wesley John Holmes, our moderators, Amelia Sparkles and Renee, keeping the people in line today, and Tiffie Lou and a couple others here. Demi.
I'm a moderator?
Nah.
I don't really
and
do
Jeremy
anything.
DeWitt. Ooh, the Jeremy. Ron Jeremy DeWitt. I see.
Don't you wish?
All right. So today we're going to do a tier list of the most interesting cases of the year. The totally original idea of doing a year in review.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Nobody's doing that.
No,
right
it's just us.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to watch some Wendi interrogation footage.
The comeuppance.
Wendi 2.
I love that word.
The sequel. I do too. That's why I use it often. But the sequel to the Megan robot movie because she's creepy. That's Wendi. But first, let's get into comments of the day. What do you think? All right. So our first comment of the day, it starts a really interesting conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I wanted to look into this when I read this.
Yeah, Dr. Graber, remember the guy that wrote the op-ed in support of the ADELSON family because they're too good to do this. Dr. Graber may be Wendy's bio dad. They have the same weird line down their noses, and Dr. Graber's grandchildren look very similar to Wendi. One more thing, the doctor goes by Benji, and maybe that's why Wendi is spelled with an I. And she did name her firstborn child after him, Benjamin. Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Benjamin Graber needs to go on Maury. Yeah.
Does Maury still have a show?
I don't think so.
Oh.
But
I don't watch cable, so I have no idea what's going on out there.
He should have a YouTube channel where he does like paternity tests. That's big these days. All right, next. Is it typical for defense attorneys talking about Dan Rashbaum to lie to their clients and lead them to think everything is going great so they think their money is well spent when the whole time is going terrible in public opinion? What were they reading or listening to? Because I haven't seen any positive comments before the verdict.
I know. I feel like they were going to a different trial than what the rest of us were.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know.
Either that or he was being disingenuous. I mean,
well, even if he was, though, I mean, okay, forget about what my lawyer's saying to me. Like, Charlie was present for every moment of that trial. And I don't know why he was so surprised.
Yeah, but I mean, he's pretty stupid, though. So he probably, whatever Dan was telling him, if he tells him it's going great, he's going to listen to him probably.
Oh, my gosh.
But, so I don't know. That's in reference, of course, to how did Charlie think he was going to
get away with
be acquitted? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. And our final comments of the day are related to this video in question, Tiffie Lou.
Okay.
Guys, we f***ed up.
All right. So somebody had something to say about that
I know.
that video. First rule of an apology: be sincere, Tiffie Lou.
Well, first of all, if you misspell my name, I'm not going to respond.
Sheesh, I hope I never have to see such disgusting disingenuity ever again.
Yeah,
yes.
Just let that one roll off your tongue.
That's a pretty highbrow word.
But you can't spell my name right?
You know what, though? I looked at this again today, and I thought, this is a pretty clever troll if they're doing this ironically. So, but I think it's equally as entertaining either way. And somebody had a good response to it. Then why are you here? Calm down. You're harboring anger towards people you don't even know. Rid yourself of senseless, useless anger. She was being sarcastic, by the way.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that was a concern of mine that I thought maybe, people wouldn't get it. But
well, and it's okay if they don't. Not everybody needs to laugh with us. They can laugh at us. I don't care. We
only learned through YouTube that not everybody likes us.
Apparently. I know. I thought I was the most popular person around, but okay.
All right. So getting on to the 2023 tier list. And these are, I'm sure that y'all will have some, y'all like Georgia Kappelman. I'm sure you guys will have some other suggestions. There might be ones we overlooked, but these are some of our favorite cases of the year. And so we're going to rate them and let us know when we announce them if you think they're S tier, which I don't know what that stands for, Tiffie Lou, A, B, C, D, or F. So let us know in the comments, and then we'll weigh in too.
Does S mean stink? Or
S is the cream of the crop tier.
Okay, why is it an S?
I don't know.
Well, didn't you make this up?
I think we went through this argument last time. No, this is a convention used by other people.
Oh.
So, all right.
And
so
there's no E. I don't like that. So it's like you're giving it a grade. Is S just satisfactory?
Oh, well, like supreme or whatever.
Oh, okay. All right. That makes sense. Okay.
So George Santos here, he's facing a 23-count indictment, of course, including charges of conspiracy, wire fraud, false statements, falsification of records, aggravated identity theft, and credit card fraud. He's a U.S. congressman, and he was charged with multiple counts of fraud and false statements. The charges stem from two main schemes, the party program scheme and the credit card fraud scheme. And thank you, Faith in the Unseen One, for the donation. How awesome it'd be if her new boyfriend's an undercover. Yeah. Oh, that would be a master plan.
Yeah.
They should have sent somebody in.
In my opinion, George Santos,
mm-hmm.
And I know we don't like to rank this high in the beginning.
Yeah, this is like the most interesting of the year.
But he's an S. He's got so much. There's just so much to talk about, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
we did top 11 lies, but we could do top 100. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, there's just always something to discuss about him.
All right. I'll go for that. Yeah. Thank you, Amelia, for reminding people to leave their little DNA imprint on the thumbs up button if you're enjoying yourself. And let us know what your New Year's resolution is. All right, the second case, and you can see the tops of people's heads down here, but Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Of course,
she just got out of jail recently, yesterday, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she was released from prison, of course, after serving 10 years, a victim of her mother, Dee Dee Blanchard's Munchausen syndrome by proxy, a mental disorder that led Dee Dee to fabricate and induce illness in Gypsy from a young age. Gypsy was subjected to an unnecessary medical treatments and surgeries based on her mother's false claims of various illnesses.
A feeding tube. I mean, that's just horrible.
It's amazing what she got the doctors to do.
Crazy.
In 2015, seeking escape from her abusive situation, Gypsy arranged for her online boyfriend, Nicholas Godejohn, to murder Dee Dee. And Gypsy was later convicted of second-degree murder and sentenced to 10 years in prison. This one was super interesting. There was a TV series about it, several documentaries. What do you think?
It's not an S.
See, now we have to compare everything to Georgie Boy
Well,
Santos.
but the thing is, I gave George because he's got so many. She's got one, and it's a very, very in-depth story. But it's also old.
It is, yeah. Just a resolution.
The resolution happened yesterday, but ultimately her story.
So you kind of bored with it? Beef or bored?
I'm not bored, but yeah, I'm done. I won't watch the act again. I've already seen it twice.
All right,
I'm good.
She gets a B. Yeah, that was excellently cast by the way.
It was done very well. Yeah.
All right. Next, this of course is Alec Murdaugh. He was found guilty of the murders of his wife and son, Alec Murdaugh, and I don't know why it's pronounced Alec when it's Alex, but he's a prominent South Carolina lawyer from a well-connected legal family, and he was found guilty of murdering his wife, Margaret, and their younger son, Paul, or Paul, in June 2021. The murders occurred at their family estate, and initially no suspects were named. The case, of course, took a bizarre turn when Murdaugh was accused of hiring a hitman to kill him for the insurance money. I think these were the, they came after the Adelsons, didn't they? So they kind of used the Adelson blueprint, a legal family that conspired to murder inconvenient people. This one was big this year. What do you think, Tiffie Lou? Murdaugh is an A, Amelia Sparkle says. That was all consuming and still going. He's not an S, yeah.
He's not as interested. The Adelsons, thing is the difference is the Adelsons gave us a whole family to pick apart.
Right.
We only get this one guy, you know?
This is about the previous one, but as Poppy Schmears clears up, Gypsy had a B cup or a small C, not like her mom, Double D. So, yeah.
Okay.
So we got it right. Let's see. What do you think? Like B?
Nah, yeah, I'd say B.
All right. Next, we did an episode about her, Victoria Nasarova, and she was sentenced to 21 years in prison. She was a Russian national residing in Brooklyn, and she was convicted of a bizarre and calculated attempt to murder Olga.
Doppelganger.
Right. Yeah, she found the woman that looked exactly like her and gave her a drug-laced cheesecake. Fortunately, she survived, but it was a horrific experience. It happened in 2016 when Nazarova visited her victim's home and offered her the poisoned pastry.
I'm going to say it's a C, though.
A C?
It was an interesting little story, but,
yeah,
that was it.
Yeah, I don't know if there was too much interest in it, at least, according to our episodes.
Not ratings. A lot of people watched it, but I mean, on my end, I found it interesting, but I wasn't like on the edge of my seat about it.
Right. Well, I've seen your Google history. You're always Googling how to murder your husband.
Shut up.
Okay. Next was Brian Kohberger.
Oh, yeah. I want to put him on A.
You want to put him on A tier? Yeah, I think I agree with you. And in case you've been in a closet this year, or a cave, Brian Kohberger, he's awaiting trial scheduled for summer 2024. He's a 28-year-old PhD candidate that is charged with the murders of 4 University of Idaho students: Madison Mogan, Kaylee Gonsalves, Zena Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin. Yeah, I would agree. A.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This dude, you know who that is? You recognize him?
They're so tiny.
That is Rex Heuermann.
Oh, I did not see that. He just looks like some.
And he has been charged with the murders of 3 of the 4 women known as the Gilgo 4. The Gilgo Beach murders, a series of unsolved killings that terrorized Long Island's South Shore, began to unravel with the 2010 discovery of 10 sets of human remains.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, let us know in the comments what you think this guy should be rated. In July 2023, a significant breakthrough occurred when Heuermann, a 59-year-old New York architect, was arrested and charged with the murders of 3 women, Melissa Barthelemy and Megan Waterman and Amber Costello. He has pleaded not guilty, but he's also the prime suspect in 2007 disappearance and death of Maureen Brainerd Barnes, although he's not yet been charged in that case. I don't know. You know, it's kind of, I did see this around a lot. Admittedly, I don't know a whole lot about the case.
We didn't cover it.
We didn't really know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for me, you know, taking into account what we think,
You're gonna give him a C?
Yeah, I'll give him a C.
I can see where your finger's going.
All right, you know who this is.
Okay, why do you just bring up tiny little heads? Who is that? Casey Anthony? Who are we looking at?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see. So that's Taylor Shabusiness.
Oh,
no, it's
Taylor
not Casey Anthony. Yeah.
Okay, well, I just saw the hair. I can't see faces.
She was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Oh, she was a mess.
Yeah. And she was convicted of a gruesome crime involving the killing and dismembering of her boyfriend.
Let's make her
Green
cellmates
Bay,
with Kohlberger.
All right. I can see that. It was pretty interesting.
It was, yeah, she was disturbing, man.
Sparkles
and
would
his
agree
mom
with us.
found his head. Oh, man.
Yep.
That's like, yeah.
And then she tried to play it off to police.
When she had like a van full of his body parts.
Basically,
She's
yeah.
like,
if not for the van full of body parts, I would have gotten away with it.
I would have gotten away with it, darn it.
Okay. Lori Vallow Daybell. And of course, her frog prince, what's his face? Chad Daybell. She was sentenced in May 2023 to life without parole. She was dubbed the Doomsday Mom, and her husband, Chad Daybell, were involved in a complex case surrounding the disappearance and deaths of their children, Tylee Ryan and Joshua J.J. Vallow, plus Chad's first wife, Tammy Daybell. Remember, they had a family hitman in the not-so-funny comedian Alex.
Mm-hmm. It's like their brother or something, right?
Yes.
What is
yes,
it with families,
brother.
man? These are sick families.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure we have people in our family that would do this sort of thing for us.
Well, see, Bright Sun says she's an A. I think she's a B, but
I was gonna go S.
Really?
So
it's frustrating because this is the thing, is like, I don't feel bad for her at all, but at the same time, she's nuts. I mean, like, she has really legitimately been brainwashed, and she is just crazy.
Yeah, so, remember, the kids are very, very busy in heaven.
Yeah.
She doesn't deserve to be called Vallow. Yeah, that name she claimed from her dead husband. She claims Dumbbell, so they should just go with that. Lori Vallow Dumbbell. Yeah, she's been married more than Liz Taylor. Yep. So let's split the difference. People say S, or I thought S. You said...
I said B, but
B,
Bright Sun said A.
Bright Sun said A, so we're going to go right in the middle. All right. Chucky boy.
Oh, of course. Well, I mean, I think him and his whole family's an S.
Yeah.
Same thing with, George. They just keep giving us stuff. The phone calls, the family. Yeah.
Yep. All right. I'm just going to put him up there. If you don't know who he is, Google it. It'll be a treat. It'll be a treat for you. It's a good rabbit hole. And this is not Tony Danza.
I didn't assume.
But this is Brian Walsh. He's been charged with murder and is awaiting trial. He's 47 and accused of murdering his wife, Anna Walsh, on New Year's Day, 2023. Got things off with a bang there. Anna Walsh, a corporate real estate manager, was reported missing after she failed to show up for work in Washington, D.C. Brian initially claimed that Anna had left their home in Cohasset, Massachusetts for a work trip, but investigators found no evidence of her taking a trip. Evidence presented by prosecutors includes Anna Walsh's blood and personal items found in the local garbage. This was pretty popular online. What do you think about the Brian Walsh case, everybody?
I'd give him a B.
A B?
Maybe a C.
At least as good as Murdoch, but not quite as high profile.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't understand it. Like, if you're going to off your spouse, I mean, interesting way to start the new year, you know?
Right. New Year's resolution of sorts.
It just didn't seem like it was very well planned, you know? And I'm just kind of like, do they want to get away with it? I mean, sometimes I just wonder.
Yeah, well, we see that over and over.
Yeah.
In these, it seems to be a theme. Hello, Bama Green Eyes. Don't be sorry for being late, and I hope you had fun with your guests. All right. Oh, we're underrating Murdoch, of course, according to Christina Anderson. Where do we put him? B? Yeah, that may be higher than B, but let's see. So this is the young man with the light bulb shaped head is Joran van der Sloot.
Oh, that just rolls off your tongue.
He confessed to killing Natalie Holloway and is serving a prison sentence in Peru for the murder of Stephanie Flores. Natalie Holloway disappeared in 2005. And then 5 years later, almost to the day, he murdered another woman for supposedly finding stuff about him, you know, his criminal history on his computer. And he pleaded guilty to extorting and defrauding Holloway's family also in an Alabama federal court, and he was sentenced to 20 years for these financial crimes to run concurrently with his ongoing sentence in Peru, where he's serving time for Ms. Flores' murder. This one I think I would put up with at least an A.
I would say an A. I wouldn't say an S.
Yeah. Renee thinks A. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with that. I've been following that one for a long time. Pretty fascinating. Corey Richins. She wrote the book about grief after
it was like
killing
based
her
on
husband.
her own. Yeah.
She was arrested and charged with the murder of her husband, Eric Richins, and she was a Utah mother and grief author. Well, she was a grief author after her husband died. And she had this very interesting interview on local television with the anchors promoting her book. And she is still, I think she's still awaiting trial. Let's see. Yeah, she had purchased life insurance policies on her husband worth nearly $2 million without his knowledge. And he had suspected his wife of trying to poison him multiple times and had taken steps to protect his estate and children. The case involves allegations of financial fraud, secret life insurance policies, and a contentious court battle. She's denied the accusations, but the evidence did lead to her arrest and charges of murder. Okay.
She's up there.
Yeah.
I guess, honestly, what makes her more disturbing isn't just that, you know, whatever, she killed her husband for insurance money, but the book.
She's a total psycho.
That one, like, creeps me out, man.
Right. To have the balls of steel to go on TV with your book about grief.
Right. I agree with Bama. I want to give her an A, but you gave her a B.
All right. Well, let's bump her up there, right next to Joran. Who did you say this one looked like earlier?
When I first walked in, I was like, is that Eileen Wuornos?
Hey, tennis girl, welcome to the room. We're picking our most interesting cases of 2023. And this is not Eileen Wuornos. That's Jodi Nan Hildebrandt and her co-conspirator, Ruby Franke, of course. They were part of the 8 Passengers YouTube channel. Excuse me a second. She pleaded guilty to 4 counts of aggravated child abuse. Jodi Nan Hildebrandt, founder of the Orem-based mental and emotional healing company Connections Classroom, pleaded guilty to 4 counts of aggravated child abuse, a second-degree felony, The case came to light when one of Ruby Frankie's children, who had been under Hildebrandt's care, escaped through the window at Hildebrandt's home and sought help from a neighbor. The child appeared to have been trapped and abused in the home for some time. Frankie, known for running the 8 Passengers YouTube channel, as we mentioned, had been Hildebrandt's business partner. Hildebrandt's company purported to help people with addiction and mental health issues. The guilty plea was part of a deal that dismissed 2 of the 6 original charges against her. Jody gets an F. Not very interesting. Sparkles, thanks. What do you think, Tiffie Lou? We almost did an episode about this, but
yeah, I remember us reading through it, but I don't know. I don't think an F, maybe a D.
Yeah, all right, we'll put her down there. Blah blah. All right. Let's see. I have a tough time dealing with cases that involve child murders or child abuse.
Oh, both pleaded guilty.
All right, this is
moving right along.
I hope I have the right picture because I don't recognize that mugshot. But
I thought it was a man holding a burrito, but that's his that's his beard.
Let's see. I really have a bad feeling that's not the picture I'm looking for.
Oh no, who's it supposed to be?
It's supposed to be the Lindsay Shiver case, or maybe I'm just tripping out. You guys let me know, and we'll do Sarah Boone, who of course is accused.
The thing is Sarah Boone I would normally give an A to, but the reason I want to give her an S,
Charlie Adelson,
is because of the letters to Judge Wendi. Yeah. It's like she just kind of kept us all really engaged. She
really did. She's been going strong for a few years after the unfortunate murder, of course, of Jorge Torres Jr. in 2020 on February 24th. I agree with Bright Sun here and Tiffie Lou. We got to go with an S for her.
So who's this dude? Who did you actually get? Like, can you zoom in? Can you make him bigger? All I see is a little orange.
So I think this is, I'll read you the case summary anyway. And this is about the Lindsay Shiver case. She disappeared, Lindsay Shiver, she's accused of conspiring to murder her husband and is awaiting further court proceedings. She's a former...
That's what she looks like?
She's a former Georgia beauty queen, stands accused of conspiring to murder her husband. This should generate some good comments of the day for next time. Tennis girl. I don't know what S stands for, but it's the top
She's
tier.
A beauty queen?
She's a beauty queen.
Wow. Okay.
But that was an interesting case this year. So let's see. All right.
So that's our tier.
That's our tier right there. Let us know how you feel about those things. If you need anybody moved or disagree with our results, or if you had other cases in mind, let us Piggy know. All right. And then finally, we're going to watch some pick up where we left off last time.
The Comeuppance.
The Comeuppance. Wendi 2. This is Wendi Adelson, of course, her interrogation where she finds out Danny has been killed and, has the performance of a lifetime. And so here she is. We'll pick up with her. In this section, she meets with that grief counselor or the victim's advocate, and she manages to tell her how beautiful her eyes are too. So, all right, here we go.
With my parents, we drove back all together, and then that Friday, which would have been last Friday, a week from today. So today's the 18th. It was Friday the 11th. That's my other brother's birthday. And
Rob?
I would have seen him, but I had been with the kids for like 12 days straight, and I was getting really sad at the idea of
Yeah, Letitia Stout Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I'm off of Danny coming to pick him up, and so my folks said, you know what, why don't you just, so at about 4:45, I just went over a friend's house. I didn't see him that day. And then he had the kids, and I got some sort of laryngitis, and I was alone all weekend, so that was Saturday, Sunday. And then this week, I missed the kids, so I visited them at school on Monday and Tuesday.
They were staying with Danny?
They were with Danny that whole time, but Danny and I had started on days when we really missed the kids. We'd go have like lunch with them or breakfast with them. So I went. And
yeah, we did an episode about her too, Leticia. Yeah, Crime Curious is writing a book on her.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't know how I could have forgotten that. So weird when Donna asks to be on speakerphone. It's like she wanted Harvey to hear the great news, sickos.
Had lunch with them or were out of the story. I saw them Monday, I saw them Tuesday. Wednesday was my overnight. And so...
she's going into a lot of details here.
I know.
So that was Wednesday. And then he had them Thursday, was yesterday. So that was the last time I had face-to-face contact with him.
Was
June 30th.
June 30th, okay. And then yesterday, y'all were conversing on text.
Oh, yeah. I think Crime Curious is having a live right now, isn't she?
Really? That's why she's not here.
And Amelia Sparkles, I got to give her props. She's like the biggest booster to people's channels. You know, she comes in there and really promotes it. So we appreciate you, Sparkles, as I'm sure Crime Curious does too.
About this phone call or about this discussion for Ben.
An email, I think, about we'd both spoken with an administrator at the school, and so yesterday morning I emailed him and said I'd really love for him to go to this school. I think we should accept it. Here's why. And then I asked him a second question about Ben's birthday coming up, because I didn't have Ben on his birthday, and he wanted this Lego thing, and I wanted to make sure that no one else got it for him. So I asked him if he was going to do a party for Ben, so I knew.
Oh, be quiet. So yeah, Mob Moon, it was so obvious that Wendi was setting up her brother. She told that hitman joke just to get them to look at him. Yeah, I was saying that to you earlier today. Like, why even bring that up?
Right.
You know, it's like she was offering so much extraneous information. Yeah, more rehearsed than a Broadway show is our Wendi. Yep, not quite Broadway caliber performance.
Not
though.
exactly. No.
Whether people would be bringing presents or whatever, and so I knew whether he would have gotten it from someone else or whether I should buy it for him. But he wrote back and said, when your voice feels better, let's talk, because my throat was really hurting. He said, let's talk. We need to work this out for Monday. And I sent him an email. You'll see it sometime this morning while I was home working on my paper that said...
Yeah, she'd probably sue us, though.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear Andrew and Tiffie Lou narrate Wendy's book in full live on air. Yeah, it's...
Can we be sued for reading a book we've purchased?
I don't know. I'm not a lawyer.
You buy the book and you read it. Isn't that what we're supposed
but
to
online do? And we're, I don't know. But it's really something, I'll tell you.
Okay, I'm ready to talk whenever you are. I don't know what time I sent it, but if I called him at 11:40, it was either before I called him, because I thought normally he would have called.
Okay.
Like when he said I'm done with the class at 10:30, and I had said, okay, let's talk, and then sent him a call or an email. Like, I thought it was weird I hadn't heard from him, but I just thought, like, well, maybe he's busy with something or showering.
But he told you at some point that he was going to premiere this morning.
Yeah, no, that one message says I'm going to premiere. I'll be out 10:15, 10:30. And so let's call me after that.
When did you receive that phone message?
Maybe after the repair guy left. So maybe at like, this morning, like at 11-ish or something.
Shout out to the repair guy who flat out told her better off buying a new TV.
Totally.
And Charlie was happy to oblige, apparently.
All right. So you're at your house with the repairman. He leaves. You go back to working on your papers. And then you leave your house around noon, drive down, Trescott's block.
I'm really not
you turn
sure,
around.
Sparkles.
Yeah, doubtful. Do you think?
I would like that, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. And who knows? We were speculating yesterday about Donna Adelson. Will she take a deal to? I don't personally. I don't think any of them will admit to any wrongdoing ever, even if it's gonna spare them some years. I mean, they could say to Donna, "Hey, if you ever want to see the outside world again, give us the details." But
Yeah,
I don't
You
know.
go back around on Benton, and then you look.
There's a tree.
Pardon?
I thought it was like a tree that fell down or something. Or
That's right.
So
I didn't even think like that's the house. I saw a few houses blocked off, and I
Talking about driving down Trescott, she
I
thought,
am sorry. That is bullshit. Okay, dude, if I am driving in that neighborhood and
Right.
it is closed off, the first thing I think of
Mhm.
is my connection involved somehow. When I have pulled up to your
Yeah.
mom's house and seen a ambulance
yeah,
like out on the street, the
right.
first thing I think of is it going to my mother-in-law's house? And then I'm like,
Right.
oh no, it's the neighbor. What a relief, blah, blah, blah. I would never just assume
Oh,
it's
a
a
tree.
weather-related issue.
Especially when people said that morning was relatively clear out. I don't think
It's
there was
just,
any.
she's so full of shit.
I love it when you're here, Tiffie Lou. I absolutely adore you.
just. I'm sorry.
Sorry. No, you're not wasting my time. I think I asked you before, you don't have a number for Amy. You do not have a contact number for her.
We agree,
But you
RV.
know she's a professor at NYU.
Yeah.
You know that her and Danny have been seeing each other, and that she stayed here from the end of June to the 1st of July.
At least
20
2 days, maybe. Yeah.
And she met the children,
Yeah, she met a few friends in town too.
and you don't.
Yeah, I think this is possible too. In my opinion, Charlie Boy will grow resentful seeing Wendi living her best life, and he will turn on her. What advantage would he get though, other than the
Yeah, because he's already been sentenced.
But the pure satisfaction of getting back at her might be enough. I don't know.
I don't know. But
I don't think
mean,
he's there yet mentally.
does he have any sensitivity to her kids though? Because if she gets locked up, they have no parents.
Yeah, well, he already abandoned his kid pretty much, for his little murder plans.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was listening to Surviving the Survivor the other day. They had a person that was a dental hygienist that worked with him. Pretty interesting revelations about him. Said he was always full of himself and liked to hear himself talk. Confirmed. And wasn't too bright, by the way, she said.
Know anything about her ex,
No, I know she was married.
right? And she has children
She has a son
in New York.
in New York.
Okay.
She's a son. I think he's 14. Well done.
Do you know how old Amy is?
Yeah, the tape, Christina probably did say crime tape.
Yeah,
Crime
right.
scene, do not cross.
I would freak out if that was on. Oh my gosh.
Otherwise, it would be like hazard or whatever if a tree were down. Good
Right.
point.
Yeah.
She's 50.
She's 50.
Yeah. She doesn't look 50. She's very beautiful. But she is. Not that you can't be beautiful and 50, but she
Oh,
looks
yeah,
really
right.
young. She's
We
very
heard you.
accomplished. And
You know her date of birth?
I only know that she is 50. I don't, because I was looking her up one time, Philly.
Oh, you stalked her.
Who did?
She stalked her,
Oh yeah.
looking her up online.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the new
Uh-huh.
girlfriend.
Right.
So maybe that's why she was driving down Trescott. But I mean, still, I don't know.
Okay, so she's 50. She goes by Amy Adler.
Her middle initial is M.
M. Okay.
So that, like, if you looked her, oh my god, if you looked her up on the law school website, you'd find her that way.
Okay.
her brother's famous. He's like a famous fashion designer. So I think they spend a lot of weekends like in the Hamptons, and she lives in the city and lives like, you know.
Sounds like a much better life than Wendi had with Dan.
Good life.
Okay. You gave me a name of Matt Price, who's in D.C.
That's his best friend.
Is that an attorney?
He's an attorney. I'm sorry I have to deal with so many lawyers.
That's okay. I'm used to it. I got to deal with state attorney's office, public defender's office, private attorneys.
The only time I've ever been in this, I represent victims of crime. I represent immigrant victims of crime. So it's the only time I've ever been in this building. Advocating for my clients.
Oh, what a hero.
Humble brag.
Oh, look at you. Fucking bitch.
Oh my God.
And the other friend?
The other friend is Josh Berman, also attorney. He's in New York City.
A city attorney for New York?
No, he's private. They're both private.
Okay.
And they were like the historic best friends.
Okay.
From college.
Yeah, I feel, RV, like we followed this case for so long, and it is unbelievable when you think about
That it's taken 9 years for them to all be like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. And Wendy's, people think that she's the one, and she's still out there.
College and law school.
Yeah, and of course Alex is up in Cairo.
I know. I'm assuming they're close. I know that he sleeps over at their house a lot with the kids.
Okay.
I don't know if it's because the kids really love to play together or because they're close, but they spend a lot of time together. I'm sure they're close.
All right.
Danny's pretty religious, so like he'd be connected with like rabbis and stuff in town too.
Okay.
Did the rabbis have him murdered, Wendi?
I know, right?
All right. Which synagogue does he go to?
He goes to two. The one he's most strongly affiliated with is Shomri Torah. And by the way, if you get a nod that I can use the bathroom, I could really use it. So
I'm gonna make
I
that
mean, I'm
happen
not
right
gonna
now.
die, but if I could just say great.
Just give her a cup.
That's right. They won't let her go pee just yet. Let's go forward just a little bit here.
While she waits to pee.
Yeah, it's even more satisfying knowing that she has a full bladder. Oh yeah, this is the
Hi.
is this the victim advocate or the forensic? I forget.
What does DSR stand for?
That shot.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
testing her hands for gunshot residue.
Right.
This is a really hard job you guys have. Can be how I ran.
I know, you can't even make out her face. It's just
Yeah.
like a pile of hair and then, flesh color.
Yeah, yeah. I enhanced this with Adobe's podcast speech enhance artificial intelligence service, and it cleaned up the audio, but
Not the photo.
no, I can't do anything with the video so far.
And are you right or left-handed? I work with both. Okay. But right-handed.
Okay, come on. You have a dominance. Shut up.
Okay. Since noon today, have you washed your hands, Tom? I wish I could tell you I had, but I haven't.
Oh, you're
Until-
disgusting.
What?
Picture correct.
I asked if she'd washed her hands since noon, and she said she hasn't.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Picture? No.
Oh,
You
just
stand up, and then you can go to the bathroom.
There we go, the pictures, and then she can go potty. She goes out and goes potty.
That sounds exciting. Wow, she's gone a couple minutes then.
Yeah. She really had to go.
I guess.
All right, they're coming back in.
Ends at like 5,
Okay.
but I usually pick them up early Danny probably told him he was going to take him to Truesdale today, so they'll be expecting earlier, but 5. It would be.
That's what time they close?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they'll stay open.
Okay.
Well, yeah, if you haven't picked up your kid, they're not going to close.
They'll probably stay open.
That's kind of them.
Yep.
Okay.
They were supposed to be with me this week, so normal for them, other than the swim bit, would have been to spend the weekend with me and
Where did they sleep last night?
with Danny.
With Danny.
Yeah.
Okay. So Danny took them.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
I got a call. So he has an alarm system in the house, and I'm
What story is this? What made up story is this going
I
to be?
know, right? Yeah.
must still be on the call list for people if there's a break-in. I got a call yesterday. This will be on the phone when it happened. I got a call from like the company with the alarm company that said like the alarm's been triggered, it's gone off. There's another family in town that we were really close with. The woman's name is Lynn, and
Okay.
she's on the list too, so she got a call. I know this because I saw her yesterday evening. I went to a friend's art gallery thing, and she happened to be there. So it's just
I am so bored. Get to the point.
She's filling in all the
Oh my
true information that
gosh.
she can, so she can talk about something and not lie about it.
And she said, "Oh, I guess I got a call from Trescott."
Is she
And
laughing?
I said, "Oh, I got the same call." I said, "But I just figured it was."
It's really hard to tell.
Oh gosh.
Her laughing and fake crying sound very similar to one another.
So they called yesterday, and I don't remember what time it was. Maybe the morning, maybe the evening, but it happens sometimes, every once in a while with weather, whenever the alarm gets triggered. So I didn't think anything of it. But I wonder if there was like an attempted break-in yesterday.
I don't know. I'll have to check into that. Do you know what the alarm company is?
It's on my phone, right? The message.
You don't
that they
remember
left.
the name of your alarm company?
I don't know. Yeah, and they took her phone at this point already, I think.
I probably deleted it, but then I didn't delete my deleted messages. So if you look at deleted, you could find it.
Oh, don't worry, Wendy.
They'll
can
find it.
They can find what they need.
Even if you
If not, I
deleted
could
it.
probably figure it out. And Lynn could tell you.
Okay.
If you had to ask her.
That was yesterday.
It was yesterday.
But no calls today. Where did the children sleep the night before?
Exactly,
Did they-
right?
Yeah.
They've been staying with Danny right along?
Yeah, except week on, week off, but with Wednesday overnights. So Wednesday night they were with me.
When you say Wednesday overnight,
Thank you, tennis girl. Have a good drive.
Wednesday,
It's like if it's a mommy week,
Right.
they're with you all week. Except Wednesday night they'd go to Danny.
Okay.
If it's a Danny week,
right.
so they're with him all week. Except Wednesday night they came to me.
All right. And then, so Wednesday night,
That's the last time. I didn't tell you this, but I thought about it in the bathroom. I didn't have an interaction with him, but that's the last time I saw him was Wednesday. I picked up the kids and I was going to take them to Whole Foods.
Okay.
And I saw Danny working on his computer in the window of the Whole Foods, and I took him to BurgerFi instead.
Oh.
Because he and I were, divorced,
Right.
and interactions with him were hard. And it was my one day with the kids, and I thought, well, if we go inside, it's going to be like all of us together, and I wanted time by myself
That's
with
fine.
them. So
Yeah, so wouldn't you be a little bit relieved maybe in some way that he's gone, Or wouldn't you
Mhm.
I mean
I mean, I've never avoided going into a store because my ex happened to be in there. I mean, I don't necessarily go out of my way to say hello, but
yeah, I could see avoiding that if I could.
I
But-
guess I bet I didn't have the same relationship that she apparently had with
Yeah.
Dan. So I don't know.
I took that, but that's the last time I saw him. So I saw him sitting there Wednesday afternoon working.
He was inside Whole Foods.
He was inside Whole Foods with
Okay.
his computer,
Okay.
writing.
And the kids came out.
The kids didn't see him. We
Okay.
were just about to enter. I saw him. I thought, oh, my one day with the kids, and so I went and got burgers instead.
BurgerFi. Okay. All right. So then Thursday,
I got a call.
you got called about the alarm. Had you had any contact with the kids during that time?
On Thursday, I had them Wednesday night. I brought them to school on Thursday, and then no.
Yeah, that's a good point. She drives by because she misses the house and life with Dan, but she goes out of her way to avoid him when she sees him through the window.
Not after I dropped them off.
Okay.
And there's a record at school of
Well,
like when
not to mention she drives by because she misses the boys, but then when it's all blocked off and stuff, she doesn't think anything of it.
Oh, that's right.
I would be like, what? You know?
Yeah. Oh, well.
you log in. So I probably dropped them off a little before 9, but they could tell you what's on it.
All right. And then, so then he kept them last night, Thursday night, and then he would have driven them to school. What time does he normally drop them off at school?
It varies. Sometimes he has breakfast with them. I got the call from him. It was 9:04, I think. So he must have already just dropped them off and was probably driving from school to the gym. And that's when he was saying, going to this class. I'll touch base with you after.
Okay. And then no contact after that.
We had some texting contact. That's what I was saying, that my last contact wasn't very nice. I was saying, well, I wanted to pick them up at 3, and he was saying, well, you are only allowed them after 4:30. And I was like, well, what about last week? I picked him up at 5, and he said I was just being nice. And I said, I guess nice was fun while it lasted.
Okay.
That's the said. Okay.
All right. His parents, his family,
Oh, gosh.
do you have contacts for them a year from?
I have contacts for at least one of them.
Okay.
I think I've been recently deleting them just because they don't call me. But at least one of them, I could tell you, like, I don't know whether it's his dad's name. His parents are actually recently divorced.
Okay. We'll get the phone back. You can supply those numbers.
Okay.
And then we'll attempt to contact them,
Oh my god.
find out where they're at least in Canada.
It's just the worst thing you can have. I've been...
Huh?
No, I got it.
It's like every now and then she remembers that she's supposed to be crying and distraught.
Uh-huh.
to ask you something. Okay?
Yeah.
Do you own a gun?
No.
Have you ever owned a gun? Have you ever fired a gun?
I think I went skeet shooting about 12 years ago.
Okay. Nothing since then?
You
Does
think you
Danny
would?
own a gun?
Not that I know of, but maybe since I left. He didn't own a gun when I was with him.
Never had a gun around, or
No.
did he ever talk about buying a gun or anything?
He would talk about it, but he's a criminal law professor.
Right.
So sometimes he would talk about things just like
Okay.
to have a discussion about, like, should we have a gun in the home? Is it dangerous?
Right.
As far as I knew, there was no gun in the house.
Okay. You don't know anybody that he owed money to? You don't know anyone?
Here we go.
Yeah, this is a good answer here. You don't know anybody that he owed money to, Wendi?
I know, besides you. But it was, and that was under court order.
It's, yeah, and we have lawyers, and he very much respects, as do I, the legal system, you know, so it was working its way through.
Okay.
But anyone he owes money to, I mean, he doesn't gamble, he doesn't drink, like, he doesn't have any vices, he doesn't do anything weird.
So he's like a prince, basically.
Sounds like a pretty good guy,
I know.
Wendi.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. I mean, I think he annoys people with his, like, legal academia, but I think, like, in the ivory tower here, not like, I don't think he owed money to anyone. I can't imagine.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unless you have something I can't think of, I'm looking for some reason that someone will want to hurt him.
Oh, she's got some suggestions, I'm sure.
Thinking
It's
back,
just kind of,
Right.
I mean,
I know, but the intention.
I could see one of my friends wanting to shake him
Right.
with a gun.
Right.
No. I don't know how to do this. And
She has really good friends, man, that
I
would,
know my friends don't love me that much.
that would go shake him, whatever that means, and possibly even kill him for her.
Oh, wow.
I'm very scared because I don't understand what happened. He and I got along fine for the sake of the kids. You heard the message where he was like, well, maybe we'll just take a walk around school. And,
Right.
I mean, I felt him hard to be around, but so did a lot of people. They all knew he meant well. He was a decent, good human being. He wouldn't hurt anybody he would never do this to anybody. I don't know who would want to hurt him like this. I really don't.
Except my brother and Dan's girlfriend and some other dude's husband.
Uh-huh.
I need to ask you, was your divorce, you said before, it had nothing to do with infidelity, no extramarital affairs or anything like that?
Neither one of us.
It was just simply the fact that you all just didn't get along anymore, or was it just the fact that he was belligerent to you?
He never hurt me physically, but he was emotionally abusive.
Okay.
And I didn't tell most people that. So all most people know is it just didn't work out, and it's just the kids are young, and this is just better in this way. So other than my family, who saw the way he treated me, most people were, well, I think his family was very surprised. He told everyone around the community that I was mentally ill because only a crazy person would leave him.
Have their husband killed. Yeah.
Wow.
So there's a lot. But you know, who would, yeah, so that, I mean, that's it. The circumstances, plain and simple, where it just wasn't that really healthy marriage, and I thought it'd be better for the boys if they didn't grow up thinking that's the way you treat women.
Yep. Mauve Moon, and they were coming up on a very important court date as well, just before.
But he didn't hit me, he didn't hit them, he didn't have a drug problem, he didn't gamble, he didn't cheat on me, I didn't cheat on him. There's no other, I keep thinking the only like unknown I can think of is like Amy's ex-husband. Like, is he still in the picture? Is he upset?
Right.
Danny, I defriended him from Facebook because I found it too upsetting to like see intermittent pictures of the kids. But I wonder, he's very, very public on Facebook about like where he is, when he's traveling, where he's going, and so I wonder if he's got pictures up of him and Amy, and if there's a jealous ex-husband in the...
You know where this ex-husband would be?
He'd be in New York too.
Is he also an attorney?
I don't even know his name. I just know they when Amy came down here, they went over a mutual friend of ours. It's a guy that works at the law school. This guy Jay, and his wife Dory is a good friend of mine, and they have kids my kid's age. And I said to her, I remember saying, so what's she like, like she met her before I did, and she said, she's really nice, and she's, very sweet, and she's recently divorced too, so she knows how awkward all of this is to meet the new person. I don't know, and I'm scared.
Okay. Have you had anything happen at your house?
No.
Nothing. And the information for Best Buy for the service tech that was there, that's at your house?
I'd be happy. I mean, if someone wants to.
Yeah, we'll get
back with
that.
me.
We'll get that. And that was basically from when he came out there to serve, well, I guess to replace the TV.
He came out to fix it, and then told me that what was wrong with it wasn't fixable. And so I called Charlie to find out, should I buy a new one or should I fix this one? And he was like, just buy a new one. And
Or I could buy you a Hitman instead.
And once he left, do you remember what time the serviceman left?
probably around 10, before 10. And then I left by 12.
But between that time, between 10 and 12, you were by yourself working on your papers and stuff.
Yeah.
Were you doing on papers or computer?
It was on a computer, and that's what I was thinking. I was like, I sent some edits in to someone at the law library during that time.
Okay.
I called a few friends. I sent some texts. I mean, all of that'll be
On the phone?
on the phone.
Or do you call from your house phone?
I don't have a house phone.
Okay, you use all your communications is over your cell phone?
Yeah.
Do you have more than one cell phone?
No.
Okay.
I wonder if they did glean anything from her phone that they could potentially use in an investigation.
That they're not mentioning right now.
Yeah, that they're not mentioning.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to introduce you to a victim advocate. She's going to be very helpful. And she's going to, once the phone comes back, she'll get the numbers for his folks. Hey, you're saying everybody's in Canada. Is that correct on his side of the family?
His family's in Canada.
Okay, Alberta. And
No, his mom and dad, his immediate family is in Toronto.
okay.
His like aunts will go.
Okay, so the victim advocate is going to come in here pretty shortly. There we go. And this is where she really turns on the sympathy.
Yeah, well, she knows who she's talking to now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wendy, this is Sarah Latour,
Hi, Sam.
victim advocate.
How are you?
Yeah, here, I'll come sit over here on this side if you don't mind.
And she is a victim advocate, but I believe that they are trained to also
To find the bullshit.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yep, exactly.
To meet you, I have strict.
I'm usually a lot more fun.
Really?
I've
That's
been trying to kind of find some next of kin for each parent.
Do you want their names?
Yes, that would help.
His dad is Phil Markel.
And they're in Canada.
They're in Canada. They're in Toronto.
Toronto. Although,
Mustafa.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
His father's name is Ruth Markel.
are they married still?
They just got divorced. They're 70. They just got divorced after like 30-something years of marriage.
And when you say they're 70, are they in good health? 70?
Yeah, they're young. They're like
70, my dad said.
my dad just turned 70 and he's very young and 70.
Okay.
He ain't so young anymore. I think this has probably taken a few years off his life.
Oh, hell yeah.
Although getting a little break from Donna at home might add those years right back.
All of a sudden, he's got a new zest for life.
Yeah.
So they want it lit.
I don't think they're living together. Truthfully, Danny and I got divorced in the last 2 years, and they separated in the last 2 years. So I'm fuzzy on the details.
Oh, that's the thing. You were going through your thing, and they were probably going through theirs.
Yeah, I have that start.
You? It's sure that I can get my head in. Only people do. But it's the.
Okay.
He has a sister that he's really close with.
Is she in Canada? And what's her name?
Her name's Shelly Markel.
Is Shelly short?
It's not.
Okay. Did you have an EY in there?
No, it's Shelly. I'm sure you do this all the time. It's your job, but like I cannot believe this is happening.
It kind of on the situation with you, and it's never easy or anything like that. So all your emotions and stuff you're feeling are okay right now.
I'm so worried about my kids. I don't know how I'm gonna tell them what happened.
And you live there.
They're so little.
God, this just. Yeah. What she's
Now
just
she's
done to
worried
these
about her
kids.
kids. She's been there, what, 2 hours?
Yeah, she's been here probably an hour and a half at this point or
Yeah,
so.
and now she's worried about them.
Yeah, well, when it suits her, you know. I don't know anybody else who narrates their own life quite like Wendi does in this interrogation room.
And, you know, it is difficult sometimes for little kids because they're veterans you having.
They love their dad.
We say kid.
God.
I'm sorry. Can I ask you a question?
No, you're fine. Talk to me about you and talk to the pen.
It's fine. I'll say what you and who.
No, you're fit though. Like, I want to be here for you to see it. Like, it's very sure.
I just think I can't believe this is happening.
Now she's worried.
I don't understand, and I'm very scared because if this gonna happen, like, what if someone's gonna come after the kids? Like, who did this, and why would he do this?
And why didn't you think that when you were driving down Trescott and the tree?
Oh, the tree. Yeah.
Probably
Weather, rain.
Bring on what they're missing. They haven't had any indication of that.
Do you think someone could watch the kid, like the house where we're gonna be with the kids tonight, to make sure that nobody comes after them?
Well,
Yeah, it's like now after the fact she's realizing, wow, I didn't show enough genuine emotion about the kids. Now I have to get it all in. Yeah, I suspect, Carrie, that she'd been practicing as well. You think she'd been doing this in front of the mirror at home.
Oh yeah, making sure she can dredge up the tears when needed or whatever.
Yeah. Well, she was encouraged by her mom. Said, she's a world-class actress. Just
honestly, if they hadn't done anything wrong, that's not something that would be smart to say.
Right.
If you're completely innocent,
Yeah.
My mom wouldn't have said you were a great actress. That would be horrible.
Yeah, we should do a tier list of stupid things the Adelsons have said, because there are a few.
The list goes
That's
on.
kind of that type of stuff. I'm gonna make sure that they know all your concerns and fears.
I just
take stuff one step at a time right now. I know it's hard.
I don't know how I'm gonna tell them.
I can tell you this. I think it's gonna be best coming from you, who are their mother's aides.
Yeah, I wonder if they had drills where they role played like that.
Being very educated and put together. And it sounds like you've gone through a lot the past 2 years.
But the kids have been doing so well with everything. They're really happy, well-adjusted kids. They're so able their lives,
But you all do the right thing.
Oop.
And I get why I would be a suspect, but the idea that we were divorced, but the idea that I would ever do anything is I understand why they need to check, but I don't know who would though. I don't know who would do this. I could see why they would think it would be me.
Well, and
It's like, well, I didn't expect you to say something like that.
Wow. Okay.
I don't think, and the investigator I just talked to you at all about what your role is, and then
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out.
and a lot of times they do stuff just to kind of cancel you out too.
It's fine. I understand.
Okay.
I understand. I just can't believe this is happening. So, I do best with being helpful, so why don't you tell me what I could do to help you?
Okay. Well,
I do best with being helpful, so let me know what I could do to help you.
Oh my gosh.
She's
Let her
just-
talk and ask your stupid question.
She's here to help, but she can't believe anybody would think she would do this, because who would do this?
give me the parents' names. I know you probably, if you have any of their phone numbers, I know you don't right now, probably from memory either.
It's a bit fold. I don't remember them, but
So we'll wait for.
they lived in Toronto, and I did have a really close relationship with them before the divorce. And after the divorce, it's been, I've sent his sister happy birthday messages, but it's not close. And so I
Right, you didn't have a reason to really have communication with them, and that's okay.
Okay, so other than their names,
Right, that's probably all you really.
no, I'm asking what are you?
And see.
I'm lost.
I don't know what the hell they're saying. Yeah.
Worry about you and your voice. Start thinking who would be someone that you want here for you that's here in Tallahassee now.
What do you mean here for me? For what?
For support for you. Because you're gonna have to go.
I'd really like my family to come.
Okay.
And they're not here, but
Where are they located?
I'm just so upset right now that I'm worried about parenting effectively. So if
that's why.
if my parents were here, they could help me. They're really close with the kids, so they could help.
And they've done most of the parenting of my kids anyway, so it would really be more convenient if they could just be here and do it, okay?
Me. I feel like you and I look a little bit alike. Do you see this as
stop
you're looking
it.
at my face?
She's
Yeah,
such a
baby
bitch,
blue
I
eyes are
swear.
much bluer than mine.
But you're anyway, it's
In the hair, my sister.
I'm still her hair.
Wait,
Speaking of
what?
awkward moments,
I have that skirt.
these get better and better.
This is just the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's awesome right now, but when I thought in crisis, I'd really like my parents to be here and help me with the kids.
And so for my information, what are your parents' names?
I'll have that clipped for you next time. We do need every once in a while a random who would do this.
I feel like I should be the one to tell them.
I'm not going to go tell them. I'm just more of, as this time goes on, right, when you're referring to people I want to know.
Sure. My parents' names are Donna and Harvey Adelson.
And did you say they were in Florida?
They are. They're splitting. They're sort of in the process of retiring.
Okay.
Maybe semi. So they work together.
Another thing this dental hygienist said that worked with Charlie that I thought was interesting is she doesn't think that Harvey thought he was a very good periodontist because they didn't work together all that often. Charlie worked in other places. So yeah, she said if Daddy thought he was a good surgeon, they would have definitely shared an office more permanently.
Super happy and in love. 40 plus years in, so they live in Coral Springs for part of the week and then in Miami for part of the week. So today is Friday and they're in Miami.
Okay, so then is Miami like their weekend home that's been off, right?
My brother Charlie got this place for them to sort of have them try living in Miami. So sometimes on the weekends they all hang out together. So they'll be there.
And like I said, I'm not going to notify your parents or anything like that. I was just, like I said, getting that warrant just so.
For future, yeah.
And do you have anyone in Tallahassee that you consider your go-to person here?
I have a lot of, it's to be bragging. I have a number of people that I
have a good network.
I do. The person who feels most like family is my friend, Lynn.
Lynn? Okay.
She's just a bit older than me, and I'm very close with her family. She has 4 kids, and I'm kind of like an aunt to the twin girls. I'd really love for Lynn to be around.
Okay. When's Lynn's last?
Grossmith.
SSMing?
Yeah.
She's here.
Yeah, I was just wondering that myself. Do you think that she's faking the stuffy nose? Yeah, it's not too difficult to talk like that.
Oh gosh, every night when I'm at work, my nose gets cold and I get a runny nose. It's not really hard to get a runny nose.
That's true. Yep.
Look, she is. Yeah, she lives right down, really close to me.
What are your 2 boys' names?
My older son's turning 5 on the 29th. His name is Benjamin.
And just, it's about 4:10, so I know we're going to need to start making arrangements as far as if he wants to, pick your kids up and take them home on that type of thing. So Sarah can, if you want to figure that out, just because I think he said that they had to be picked up by about 5 or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So something to just think about. We'll
Thank you.
bring it on.
Oh. What should we do about that?
What do you think would be, do you have any, because you probably have, they're younger, right? So
They're 3.5 and 5.
so they probably start on
car
years apart.
Under car seats. I am in shock right now, so I could probably be functional to drive a car.
Well, I can help with kind of that type of stuff. Do you have
any Xanax?
do you have a friend do you want?
I mean, I would, if Lynn is here, I don't know if she's in town. It's Friday?
Yes.
I don't know if she's in town this weekend. If she is, I would love for her to be with
Be
me.
your person. Okay.
Yeah.
And then if Lynn's not, do you have a kind of backup person you think?
I do.
All right, and while we wait for that tantalizing answer, just want to mention we have a couple more minutes left, and then we'll pick this up where we left off next time.
I have a lot of friends who have kids, so they have their own responsibilities. My
I
friend
do
Jane,
remember
who
Zanny
actually
the
I think
nanny.
used to be a
Okay.
Jane would be a really good choice. Jane McPherson.
You probably, and I might be able to get the numbers, but
Because she doesn't have kids, it's all on my phone.
I know, it's okay. I know, I don't have anything for friends either.
Other close friends that I would have be with me right now. I have this really close friend whose husband died last year, who has a kid, and we spend a lot of time together, so she'd understand, but I don't want to do that to her.
Okay. Well, and I think maybe between Lynn and Jane,
Hopefully one of them.
okay.
Oh, she might be traveling. It's just some of our people are traveling all the time.
Okay, so
Wow.
we'll pick up with Wendy's
Lots of
friends.
vacationing friends.
In case you're wondering about Wendy's friends' travel plans, we'll pick up with that
Yeah.
next time. These friends that would do a lot for her, would kill for her.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Well, everybody, I had fun. This was fun.
This was fun.
If you enjoyed yourself, please hit thumbs up and consider subscribing. We also have a membership program for some exclusive videos. Go to our membership tab. You can find out about that. And yeah, anything else? We'll be back on Tuesday.
Yeah. We'll be back on Tuesday at 7.
Happy New
7
Year.
Pacific, so 10 Eastern.
We'll see you next year.
Oh, you're such a dork. Stop. Okay. All right. Well, thank you everyone for coming.
Yes. Thank you, Renee and Sparkles, our fantastic moderators tonight. They really do a lot for us. And yep, we can't wait to see you next time. Have a good weekend. We love you.